5 News at 6 starts now.
Good evening. Welcome to your 5 News at 6. I'm Darren Bobb. My partner Ashley Ketz will join us in just a few moments. Thanks for joining us on your 5 News at 6. We begin with breaking news out of Springdale. 2 pipe bombs have been found outside a pharmacy. We have 5 News exclusive video of the bomb squad actually detonating these bombs. Let's go straight out to the scene now where 5 News reporter Robert Boyd is live with details. Robert.
Well, Darren, it's certainly been an exciting day outside the USA Drug Store on Sunset here in Springdale. During our 5 o'clock newscast, the Bentonville Bomb Squad, which was called in earlier this afternoon, detonated a suspicious package. And inside that package, there were 2 pipe bombs. And right now, we're going to show you video of the detonation. There are going to be 2 blasts. Now, according to Springdale police, these pipe bombs were considered very dangerous, and police say if anybody was in close proximity to them, they could have been killed. Now, the Bentonville Bomb Squad was called in around 2 o'clock this afternoon. An employee at the USA Drug Store found a suspicious package in a trash can in the back of the store. Now, they alerted the police immediately, and the bomb squad was sent in. A bomb technician first looked around the area, and then they sent in their bomb squad robot, and the robot was used, a special device, to detonate the bomb without having the impact go too far, so they was really able to conceal the impact so no one was hurt. It was a very smooth operation. Now, we also want to let you know there was a set of tools found inside that suspicious package, and those tools are commonly used in burglaries. And what's interesting about that is there was actually a break-in inside this USA Drug Store last night. Someone got in through the roof. Police found a hole in the roof, but right now police are not saying whether or not those 2 incidents are connected. And as we find out more details, we will definitely bring them to you. Live in Springdale, Robert Boyd, 5 News.
All right, Robert, thanks very much. Again, recapping what Robert just talked about, if you're just now joining us, 2 pipe bombs found outside USA Drug in Springdale. The store was actually robbed last night. An employee today, though, called police after finding a suspicious package out in the dumpster behind the store. That package actually contained 2 pipe bombs, and as you heard Robert say, some tools that were possibly used in that robbery yesterday at that USA Drug. Those pipe bombs were detonated. We'll, of course, have more on this coming up tonight at 10, and we'll also be monitoring this breaking news and have the latest at 5 News at 10. And also, you can find more information on this on 5newsonline.com. Now, to the possibility of severe weather in our area. Tornado watches have already been issued to our west. It's hard to tell, though, if these storms are going to affect tomorrow's game with the Razorbacks, but our Max 5 Interactive Storm team monitoring the threat. Meteorologist Jason Adams joining us now, and it looks like it could be, well, we just don't really know yet.
Yeah, that's right. It's certainly one of those wait-and-see situations, not typical of our spring-like setup where we definitely know we're going to get the severe weather. This is an iffy situation because right now we have a lot of cloud cover over us, increasing moisture, and we are seeing a few spotty showers out there. This actually left over from a complex yesterday that was severe across parts of central Oklahoma. Now, currently, we're watching the setup with some severe thunderstorms just near the Wichita Falls and Abilene areas. That's our dry line, and that's what we're going to be watching to see if it really does kick off showers and thunderstorms that will be severe. The National Storm Prediction Center saying that yes, it will, and that's why they do have that tornado watch out just towards our west. So for Friday Night Football, we are looking pretty good out there with the exception of spotty showers. So as you're heading out the door, go ahead and take your umbrellas with you because we do have that possibility of seeing some showers and storms out there. Better chances do come up for the Razorback game tomorrow morning. Certainly something you'll want to check in tomorrow morning with Joe. He'll be here first thing in the morning about 7 o'clock or so for the latest on the radar. Then we'll talk about this a little bit more here coming up.
All right, Jason, thanks. We'll see you in a few moments. Breaking news now out of the River Valley. A high-speed chase ends on the Arkansas side of the Garrison Avenue Bridge in Fort Smith. It all began in Roland, Oklahoma. Officers stopped the car in Fort Smith. A 5 News crew on the scene say the suspect was in an ambulance with what appeared to be a head injury after running into a car. Right now, traffic is backed up on the bridge and several side streets in downtown Fort Smith off Garrison Avenue. No word yet on what started this chase. We'll have more information on this as well coming up on your 5 News at 10. And in Fayetteville, a love spat causes a chaotic scene at the Birch Street Apartments. Police were called there to investigate a possible hostage situation. It turns out a woman was trying to break up with her boyfriend who left the scene and then came back, according to police, with a weapon. 5 News cameras were there as police tackled the man and arrested him in the parking lot. No word on what charges he will face. Hog fans have one thing on their mind, tomorrow's home game against Ole Miss. But before kickoff, fans invited to a free family-friendly event called Rockin' with the Razorbacks. It just ended just a few minutes ago outside our Fayetteville studio at the Northwest Arkansas Mall. That's where we find 5 News' Ashley Ketz, 5 Sports Director John Engelman. With the pep rally, it ended just a few moments ago. It was pretty successful.
Well, the pep rally itself has, but there's free hot dogs around the corner, so that's where everybody is currently right now. It doesn't take long. 750 free hot dogs from the Fayetteville Chamber of Commerce. They said this way, and everyone went.
So everyone is checking out the food right now. There's also autographs.
Correct.
You can come meet some of the players of the U of A on some of the teams here. So it's going to be a fun night. It lasts till 7, so there's still plenty of time to come out.
Right.
It's free. The mascots are here. As you can just see from this video right here, it was so much fun. They had the band out here, really getting the excitement up for tomorrow's game.
And that handsome man you're seeing right there is John Pelfrey, and he is standing by right now next to me. Now, Coach Pelfrey, step on in here. First off, I'm sorry I didn't take my Flintstone chewables, so I can't be up at your height here. But a big night for you guys tonight, because this is really the first time the public's going to be able to see your team tonight in the Red-White scrimmage.
No, that's exactly right. I think about 8 o'clock we'll have a chance to get out there in Bud Walton Arena, and it's a good time for our players to be among our fans. And they need to understand how important our fans are to us. It's what makes us the most special place in the country.
Well, and these players have been working so hard this summer. Devon Johnson even most specifically as far as hard work. This is the first time they get a chance to go out and let it pay off a little bit in front of the fans.
Well, it's going to be fun and entertaining, and they'll obviously get a chance to see the improvements some of the players have made physically from one year to the next, and then we get a chance also to introduce our new players.
And that's going to be the most exciting thing with this recruiting class. These guys that are already here, that have come in, have really tried to, bond as far as chemistry is concerned with the team. They're here, and how's it been going?
It's been going very well. This is a very close-knit group. They're a hard-working group, very coachable. I like this group of guys.
Coach Pelfrey, we appreciate your time. Best of luck out there tonight. We'll see you later. Coach John Pelfrey, of course, coming up later in sports. We'll also have football Friday night preview. It's going to be a good one coming up tonight with Harbor at Southside. That's last year's state championship game, Darren.
That's right. Should be a good game tonight.
Indeed.
All right. Thanks, John. Ashley, we'll hear from John, as you mentioned, coming up a bit later in sports as well. In our 5 News Campaign 2010 coverage, there is no more Mr. Nice Guy in the Fort Smith mayor's race. Incumbent Mayor Ray Baker and his opponent Sandy Sanders traded barbs during a forum-turned debate today. 5 News reporter Jared Broyles has the heated exchange that took place.
An ugly exchange erupted toward the forum's end when incumbent Ray Baker spoke of special interest groups in the city who recruit candidates to further their own agenda.
You're not talking about anybody now, are you?
I most certainly am.
Well, I think you're absolutely wrong then. I think you're absolutely wrong, Ray, and I think you're taking advantage of a situation.
Fresh from the hospital, Baker was noticeably thin, but he showed up in full force. Baker reiterated that the office is strictly ceremonial.
Every 4 years that we have the mayor's election, the same issue comes up.
He pulled no punches when it came to the mayor's role, making it clear that the city administrator is in charge.
You cannot have 2 individuals interacting and conflicting with different philosophies and views on how to run the city.
Baker's speech was extemporaneous, reminiscent of an old-time preacher, while Sanders stuck mostly to his prepared remarks.
I can offer no apologies for my role as mayor, for I feel that I have tried and done my very best, following the law and doing what the citizens of this community would have me do.
Sanders expressed confidence in his ability to lead.
Voters will have a clear choice in their election for mayor, status quo or leadership for economic development.
Sanders sees the job as more than the ceremonial head of the city.
We need strong leadership to work together to bring new jobs to Fort Smith. And my business knowledge and experience can help provide the leadership that we need.
In Fort Smith, Jared Broyles, 5 News.
Sanders told the crowd he knows people in state government and the economic development community, but more importantly, they know him. Baker told Sanders and his supporters if they don't like the role of mayor, then they need to change the form of government. Our news partners at thecitywire.com commissioned a scientific voters poll that has never been done in a local River Valley election. They surveyed 600 likely voters. Analysts say incumbent Mayor Ray Baker has 42% of the vote or the support from that poll. Sanders is trailing with 34% support. Experts say it's undecided voter that's going to decide this election, according to Michael Tilley with thecitywire.com. The heavy lifting is on Sandy Sanders.
He has to go prove to that 24% undecided. He has to capture a majority of those, because with the mayor at 42%, he only needs 9% of that 24% to win. So the burden is really on Sanders to be out and to prove to folks and to get people to the ballot box to prove why he should be the mayor.
CityWire.com's election poll also includes big races like the Sebastian County Sheriff's race. We've set up a link, by the way, on our website, 5newsonline.com. Click on the Campaign 2010 section of the homepage. In the Arkansas gubernatorial race, a new Stevens Media poll shows Governor Mike Beebe with 59% support. His Republican opponent, Jim Keat, 33%. Green Party candidate Jim Lindahl has 1% support. Stay with us as we have much more from the Rockin' with the Razorbacks pep rally here at the Northwest Arkansas Mall. That's a bit later in sports.
And we also are continuing to track the radar for you. A few showers out there this evening for your football Friday night. Also talking about the possibility of rain showers tomorrow morning for the Razorback game. I've got the details on your forecast next.
You're watching 5 News with Darren Bobb, Ashley Kentz, and weather with Chief Meteorologist Garrett Lewis. It's the area's most watched local news, 5 News.
Coming up Monday morning as you wake up with 5 News, we'll check the latest college football rankings, find out if the Hogs are still in the top 25. Could they slow down Ole Miss like they couldn't against Auburn? That's Monday morning.